Jack and his golden snuff box. Once upon a time, in a quiet, hidden part of the forest, there lived a boy named Jack with his mother and father. They lived a peaceful life surrounded by tall trees, singing birds, and the gentle hum of nature. Jack had never seen anyone beyond his parents. The world beyond the woods was a mystery to him, one he dreamed of discovering. One morning, while his father was chopping wood, Jack felt an unshakable curiosity stir inside him. "I want to see what lies beyond these trees," he told his mother. His mother, though hesitant, gave him a warm hug and packed him a basket with a delicious cake she had baked that morning. "Take this, dear," she said kindly. "It will keep your belly happy on the road." Just as Jack was about to leave, he met his father on the forest path. His father looked serious and placed a small, golden box in Jack's hands. "This is no ordinary box," his father said softly. "It holds a special secret. Open it only if you find yourself in grave danger. Promise me." Jack nodded. With the cake in one hand and the mysterious box in the other, he stepped into the unknown. After hours of walking, Jack grew tired and hungry. He sat beneath an old oak tree, unwrapped the cake, and ate every crumb. Just as the sun began to set, he saw a grand house at the edge of a hill. Its windows glowed warmly, and smoke curled from the chimney. Jack knocked on the door, and a kind-looking servant girl opened it. She led him inside to a tall man with a long beard and deep eyes. "What can you offer me to earn a place here tonight?" the man asked. "I can clean, cook, or help with the animals," Jack replied eagerly. But the man misunderstood. "Then you shall build me a great river and fill it with warships by sunrise," he said. "If you fail, you shall not see another day." Jack's heart pounded. He had no tools, no knowledge, and no time. That night, with trembling hands, he opened the golden box. To his astonishment, 3 tiny men dressed in red sprang out. They glowed like fireflies and looked up at him with kind eyes. "Tell us what troubles you," one said. Jack explained everything. The little men smiled gently and said, "Sleep now? We will handle it." When Jack awoke, the world outside had changed. A magnificent river flowed beside the house, lined with sturdy warships, their sails fluttering in the breeze. The man was amazed. "If you complete 2 more tasks, I shall give you my daughter's hand in marriage," he declared. The first task was to chop down every tree surrounding the house. The second was to build a castle on top of 12 golden pillars. Again, Jack turned to the golden box, and again the 3 little men worked through the night. By morning, the trees had vanished, and a towering castle stood proudly atop 12 gleaming pillars. True to his word, the man allowed Jack to marry his daughter. The wedding was celebrated with joy and music in the grand halls of the castle. Jack and his bride lived happily together. But happiness can be fragile. One day, while exploring the castle, a curious servant found the golden box and opened it without knowing its power. In an instant, the entire castle, and Jack himself, vanished, swept across the sea to a distant land. When the man who had given his daughter to Jack saw the castle gone, he was furious. "Bring back the castle within 1 year," he warned Jack, "or you will never see your wife or child again." So, Jack set off once more. Along the way, he came across a group of frightened mice running from a fire. He rescued them one by one. Soon after, the king of mice appeared. "You have shown great kindness," the king said. "I shall summon every mouse in the world to help you." The mice gathered in the thousands, but none had seen the castle. The king of mice then gave Jack a strong horse and sent a small mouse to guide him to the Frog King. Jack traveled far and finally met the Frog King, who also summoned all the frogs of the world. Yet again, no one had seen the castle. But the Frog King gave Jack his blessing and sent a brave little frog to guide him to the Bird King. Together, Jack, the mouse, and the frog journeyed through meadows and mountains until they reached the Bird King's golden palace. When the Bird King heard Jack's tale, he called every bird from every corner of the world. At last, a great eagle spoke. "I have seen the castle," said the eagle. "It rests on the cliffs of the Silver Isles." Jack climbed onto the eagle's back, and they flew for days until they reached the faraway cliffs. There, Jack spotted the golden box. The mouse ran to grab it, but he and the frog began to argue. In their squabble, the box slipped and fell into the sea. The frog dove in at once and returned moments later, the box safe in his mouth. Jack thanked them both and returned to the Bird King. He opened the box and spoke to the three red men once more. "Please return the castle to its rightful place," he said. The men agreed and did so in stages. First, they brought it to the Bird King's land, then to the Frog King's kingdom. Finally, they took it to the mice, who danced with joy. At last, the castle returned to where it had first stood. Jack's father-in-law stood waiting at the gate, and his wife came rushing out, holding a baby boy in her arms. Jack hugged them both tightly. From that day forward, they lived in peace and happiness, never taking their magical gift or their love for granted again. Moral of the story: every act of kindness finds its way back to the heart that gave it. Never underestimate the power of doing good.